All right, guys, welcome back to Remotely Wasted. I believe we're going into week 3 of the college football season. Week 2 is just concluded. So,
Mhm.
what I want to start this episode off with is I am going to list some teams, Jaden, and I want you to tell me which program you think is the biggest and has the most resources out of these teams.
Oh, like head to head?
Yeah, I'm going to list a list of teams. Just tell me the number one team out of this whole list that you think is the biggest and has the most resources.
How many teams are on this list? I'm gonna forget. As soon
It's
as you
like
get
it's
points.
it's like it's like it's like eight. It's like eight teams.
Okay, all right, all right.
And I'm making I feel like it's an easy answer. Okay, so Michigan State,
Uh-huh.
Washington,
Okay.
Cincinnati, TCU, Indiana, SMU, Boise State, Florida.
TCU.
Really, I would have went with Florida.
Nah. TCU.
TCU have more money.
I think so.
Okay, well, like legacy wise, like
Legacy wise, out of all
we'd
that,
agree Florida is like the biggest program on that list, probably.
I don't think they're the only team on that list that's won a championship, so
That's what I'm saying. So what I guess what I'm like I,
what
I that
happened?
kind of did not go the way I wanted it to go.
Was I right?
I actually didn't even look that up.
You
I didn't
fucking
look.
schmuck.
No, because
I thought
there's.
I
I'm
thought
making
I
a point
won.
here.
I thought I won.
I mean, you might have. The point I'm trying to make, I
I'm
guess,
curious. I'm gonna search that while you're
the okay. Out of all those teams I listed, what they all have in common is that they've all made the playoffs
except
since
Florida.
2008, except for Florida, which is pretty interesting. Also, additionally, um, small schools like
Oh fuck, I was
Louisville.
wrong. Florida's fucking what is that? Seventh in the SEC, but one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11. They're number 12
Okay, so I
total.
was okay. My point stands. They
I just
got the
assumed I don't know why I thought it was 'cause TCU's fucking Texas and they got
they're in
oh
Texas and
they're
they're a private
20,
school.
25. That's the second highest team on that list. Yeah, now Michigan State's above them. I think that was the only other team you listed. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so yeah,
Wasn't
so
super far off, but I was kind of far off. I suck.
like
Anyways.
six teams that aren't on the top 25 in money have made the playoffs
I mean,
since
granted,
Florida
like,
has.
granted, Cincinnati played in a shit conference when they made it because I don't think they was in the Big 12. So there was that group of five automatic
Whatever
bid.
conference that was,
Yeah,
yeah.
whatever the fuck you want to call it.
AAC or whatever it was.
So that one makes sense. I get that they squeaked in. Same with Boise State. Granted, they were really good last year, but and they did almost beat Oregon. What else? TCU. That TCU team was really good. Um, and they did get a playoff win, so can't hate on that TCU team too much. Um, who else? Indiana, you said?
Yeah.
That Indiana team last year was pretty solid, and their schedule was pretty favorable, so it allowed them to sneak in there. You said Arizona State,
Washington, I think, was the only one that I
Washington. That
hadn't mentioned.
Washington offense was absolutely loaded,
And Boise State, which Ashton Genty
and then Washington
obviously.
also played in the Pac-12. I think they only had. I mean, that was a decent schedule. They had Oregon that year, which I think they beat twice, right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they beat USC. That was when Caleb Williams was there.
Yeah, because that
Um,
last USC team he was on wasn't very
who did
good.
they lose to that year? It was like Utah, maybe.
Washington,
'Cause they weren't undefeated when they went to the playoffs, were they?
yeah, I think they were in the playoffs undefeated, and they lost to Michigan in the national
Yeah,
championship.
they got their shit pushed in. But I mean, I don't know. Things lined up well for those teams. Florida plays in the SEC, so they got that going against them. Like they've had the worst schedule imaginable for like the last couple of years. This year's not
Yeah,
any better. Besides that, their coach sucks. Their culture sucks.
yeah, and that's that. I think
And
that's the greater point I'm trying to
those are kind
make.
of like the big two for me. I mean, the conference is like a huge fucking part, but
Yeah, I mean, well,
uh,
because what I did, who I didn't put on the list though is like I didn't put Ohio State, LSU, all these schools that are kind of comparable in size to Florida. Just those teams are a lot smaller, and they've managed to get some postseason play. And let's see, did any of them make the postseason more than once? No, but that's still that's
Well, yeah, I
Not
mean,
good.
Texas made it for the first time last year. They make the most money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Georgia's made it. I mean, they just came off their dynasty.
They live in the playoffs.
Yeah, Ohio State's pretty consistently in there. Notre Dame has the fast track to the playoffs, but they blow it most of the time. Michigan, they
Hit or miss.
usually have a pretty easy schedule for the most part, but then their offense sucks. Alabama, they just came off their dynasty. OU's looking like they're on the way back up. USC, who fucking knows what's wrong? They
I mean, USC is
bad
honestly in the
coaching.
same. They're in the same boat as Florida, which like that's probably
I
a same
agree.
discussion we need to have with you about USC.
Bad coaching, bad coaching, bad coaching, bad coaching. Tennessee, they made the playoffs last year, right?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, okay, first time.
Got whooped by Ohio State.
LSU just fucking had the best team of all time not too long ago. Penn State's pretty much always there, right around there, getting
Close
there.
to it. Yep.
And then yeah, you got Florida. Auburn's won a championship in the last 15 years. Well, I mean, 48, what was it, '08 when they won their last one?
Yeah, 2008. So they haven't won. They haven't even been to a playoff or a championship appearance since that 2008 team. They got pretty
Yeah.
close that last year. They had Tebow. They ended up going to the Sugar Bowl where
Yeah,
I believe they played Cincinnati actually
but yeah, pretty much
and
every
beat
team
them
up
pretty
here
bad.
has either made the playoffs at least once, won a championship, or has gotten relatively close, other than like A&M
Yeah.
and
Or
Nebraska.
they got a Heisman winner or something like somebody up there's got something
Yeah, they got
that
Johnny
Florida has
Manziel.
not been able to
Nebraska ain't had
produce.
shit. Um, Auburn really ain't done shit since Cam Newton. Oregon still has a big fat zero national championship logo. They can, but they make it the playoffs all the time. Um, yeah, USC and Florida are definitely outliers sitting in here.
I was
Um,
thinking like when I was going into this episode, I was like, what's the big stories from this weekend? And I was like, well, the upsets are big. And Florida obviously had one of the bigger upsets. Then I just started thinking about Florida and about how like I think their culture is so screwed and it goes beyond just Billy Napier. I think
it
it
goes back to like Urban Meyer, really.
like since Urban Meyer left, and honestly, I think even
Even when he
towards
was there, the
the end of his
the culture
tenure,
was bad. You had so many people getting arrested. You had like Aaron Hernandez killing motherfuckers
Hernandez.
when he was in college, right? Pretty sure that was
Yeah,
happening while he was
I think he
there.
did like a double one while he was there, if I
It's
remember
fucking
correctly.
crazy. So yeah, it's just it. That's a just a deep rooted issue, and I mean, I think a lot of people just say that about Florida teams in general. Like people talk shit about on Florida State, same thing. But I mean, I think I'd also give some credit to USF. That team is I think they've been on the up. They've recruited kind of well. They're doing well. They like I said, I think in the last episode of the maybe episode before, like they gave Alabama everything they could handle like the last 2 years.
Yeah, and they whooped
Um,
Boise State to start the season,
and
and
they
I
beat the
like
piss out of them. Yeah, we
I'll
like
have a
Boise State.
lot to say about USF later on, which is gonna shock some of y'all here
Nick's
later in
got
a
him in the
bit.
top five. Oh, no fucking way. You're sick.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess like my question is like do you think Florida is on the same path as Nebraska, or do you think there's a pathway for them to get back because they have probably the toughest schedule in the country going forward, and they just lost a game that they should have won, like on paper.
I think they're kind of heading in the wrong direction, and I think this kind of sets like remember last year when they played Miami and then Miami beat the fuck out of them and Miami was like telling all the
Yeah.
recruits to like come to Miami like that just doesn't look good. And then losing to USF and just a game you shouldn't lose. You got a dude spitting in the dude's face on the last drive of the game to give him 15 yards to just put him even closer in field goal, just to get him closer to a field goal. They got a great kicker, so it's like they didn't really need too much help. Um, yeah, it's just that's just bad. Like that's just and like that comes with the transfer portal too. You know, you have these kids coming from all over the place. They got no loyalty to your school. They don't give a shit about your program. They don't care what you're trying to build there. They just like, oh, this is a big school. If I play decently well, I'm gonna get looks, and I might
Get
make it.
money
And
from the
I might get
school.
money, and I might make it to the league. But I don't give a fuck about your program. Um, because I was raised like shit and I care about myself.
Well, and I mean
Uh,
that's the thing
that's a
is
lot of
like,
these people like these days. These and they're all kids mostly. Like they're kids. They don't have no fucking no morals, no respect. Um, that's just the way
which I
it
mean
is.
to be fair, a lot of us didn't when we were younger. I mean, I had some morals and respect, but not the same
But
way
I mean,
I do now. You know what I mean?
this motherfucker's like 21, 20. Like you should have some fucking respect. Like spit in another person's face. You know, like that's fucking bad. You would have just seen Jalen Carter do it on Monday Night Football or whatever the fuck game that was.
Yeah, very first before the play, actually before the game even started, basically.
And I'm sure like
Um,
most of the fucking country seen that because it was all over social media if you didn't watch the game. So it's like, oh, let me do that. I'm gonna do that. Like what?
well, and that probably costed them the game. I'm not saying they like for sure would have stopped them had they not done that, but
It didn't help.
it definitely sealed the deal. Like
It,
it definitely sealed the deal if like
um,
at anything.
and
So I
then
just there's a culture problem in Florida, and I don't see Florida being around much longer because Billy Napier is probably getting fired unless
uh,
he has a massive comeback this year.
I mean, like looking at Florida's schedule, I just don't like. There's not many. Not like if they look like this, there's not many games they can win. Um, I mean, you beat Long Island, you're gonna get your fucking doors blown off against LSU. Miami's gonna take you to the woodshed. Texas will probably still beat you. I mean, they don't look super great, but all right. By then, Arch Manning will be
They got a
more
good
prepared.
defense.
Yeah, they're solid, and then probably beat you because you got to go on the road there.
Mississippi State's
Um,
looking good now. Like they're
Mississippi
not
State
looking like
probably beats you. Georgia beats you. Kentucky fucking they have no offense ever, so you might win that game. Ole Miss fucking sucks somehow, but they'll
yeah,
probably still
they might
win.
pull that one, but
No,
maybe.
I think Ole Miss will win that, but and then Tennessee, no chance, and then I think we beat the shit out of them. So just it's not looking good for Florida. They might win 3 or 4 games. So yeah, he's getting fired. Um,
And
it's
what sucks is when you have a big firing like that, you set your program back even further
what's
unless you
his
get like an instant
buyout? I think it's pretty
superstar.
high.
They save some money, letting them go another year. 20 million is not terrible.
Did you see it already?
I saw it like on like a headline. Yeah, 22.8 right there. So I mean that's not the worst buyout in the world.
85% of his current remaining contract would to be 19.38 after the season, with 50% of that being due within 30 days of him being fired. And then they could, so I mean, they only got to pay about 10 million up front, and then split the rest through the next 3 years, or it's two at that point.
And then you got like he has to be replaced by somebody that can instantly bring transfers in. Because if you have to do another 3 4 year rebuild,
They just don't have that time.
that's almost 2 decades of Florida not really
Inactivity.
being that relevant. But yeah, I
Yeah,
just wanted to
it's
touch on Florida because I feel like
and DJ Legway looks like
they're
he
in
fucking
danger.
sucks.
And he was supposed to be the Heisman or like one of the top three
I thought he
Heisman
was gonna be really
candidates.
good. He can't run for shit. I don't know if he's like I know I touched on it previously. He had like an injury concern coming into the season. I don't know if he's still like nursing an injury, like a lower leg injury. That's why he's not as mobile as I thought he was gonna be. Yeah, they're in trouble, man. Florida's in trouble. They're on the ropes.
That's what I left this weekend with. But I guess we could jump into our top six.
Scheduled programming.
Before I jump into the top six, I do want to just clarify that like early on in the season and throughout the season, my whole thing is strict resume. So like some of these sound like crazy hot takes, but I'm really just going off resume. Like it'll even out as the season goes along.
As teams start
But
playing.
for this week, it'll sound like I'm being crazy hot takes. Like obviously, like yes, I think Penn State's one of the best teams in the country. Like yes, I think Oregon's one of the best teams in the country. I'm just going based off resume. Eventually, their resume will even out, and it's too early in the season to like be like, oh, this team has like the number one offense and all that, because that just after 2 weeks that doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. So with that being said, number six, I got my Sooners at number six. Um,
That was a good win.
Good win
Well,
against Michigan, so
yeah,
ranked win.
we'll go more in depth on that on the team talk episode if you want to hear us talk
Yeah,
about OU and Florida State's games. Yeah, I don't hate it. They looked solid.
Yeah, but I don't want to go too heavy in detail. Just offense look good, defense look good, quarterback look
Yeah.
good. So yeah,
I got Oregon at 6.
they beat the
Uh,
dog shit out of Oklahoma
I
State.
mean, I knew this was coming. I took the
I didn't think they were gonna go near damn near 70 points though. That's
I took the
crazy.
spread on this, and I think it was like close to 50. Yeah, 55 and a half. I took, or no, it was 28 and a half. I took that. Um, but yeah, 66 points. It's terrible. Yeah, 67 yards passing with 2 interceptions. Ugh.
Dante Moore looked great the little time he was out there.
Yeah, Oklahoma State's in the fucking shitter too. Gundy needs to be fired.
He's done. He's done for after the season. There's no
They
way.
got nothing. They didn't get a sack. They got nothing going for him. I mean, dude had 9 tackles. That's cool. Good for him. It's probably the only thing they had going for him. But man,
He was like
200.
somebody I was gonna talk about at the beginning. Then I was like, he's not really nationally relevant enough to
This
bring up
guy?
Gundy. Like,
Oh, I was like, what the fuck is that? The linebacker from Oklahoma State?
yeah, just some random linebacker.
Like what?
I thought I'd mention him.
Yeah, good for him, man. Good for him. That's just so bad. I get they even had 31 minutes of possession. You can only score 3 points. Like, what the fuck are you doing for 31 minutes? Like, I gotta let me look at the fucking play, like the score or what, like whatever. What they do with their possessions? Okay, so this is from the beginning. 44 seconds. 3 plays in 2 minutes. What do you just taking the fucking play clock all the way down and then running it? 4 plays for a minute. 16 play. Okay, that's when they got to field goal. It's the best drive of the day. 3 plays a minute 43. 3 plays a minute 26. 1 play. 3 plays minute 20. 3 plays 2 minutes. It's just all 3 plays. They just back to back interceptions. Oh my god, dude. That's fucking disgusting. I'd be ashamed if I was an Oklahoma State fan. Fucking ashamed.
It was it it
Oh,
was
I
it was
forgot how
fun. It was
bad.
fun to watch. I watched like a lot of it.
I didn't watch any of
Um,
this one. I forgot how
I had
bad.
a, I
I
had a, I had a good time.
I forgot
Very
how
first
bad it
play
was.
touchdown. Very second play touchdown. But
But I
yeah,
mean, back to the Oregon part. I mean, they haven't really they haven't played anybody, but that's what you expect them to do against these two teams. If it was not this, you'd be like, okay, it might be like
yeah.
what
There's
what
a little bit
what
of an
is
issue here.
what's going on, especially with the new quarterback. So that doesn't seem to be an issue, at least so far. I imagine the same score line for Northwestern next week, probably close to this one.
Yeah, I would say they're probably on that path till they get Penn
If
State. Honestly,
Northwestern even scores, Northwestern sucks. I think they got shellacked this past week. Yeah. Oh, no, they won 42-7. I thought it was the other way around.
they lost
Okay.
to Tulane week one.
Yeah. So if you're losing to Tulane 23-3, you might not score in Oregon until the fourth quarter when they pull the fourth strings in. Yeah, they're just doing what they need to do. They look dominant. Nobody's talking about them really. Um, yeah, they're usually pretty well built team. I think they'll do all right.
Yeah, early on they're the most like underrated team right now. Nobody's really speaking on them.
They might like
Um,
Georgia, really.
quiet. They're really sneaky, sneakier than they normally are. They're normally
I don't like
at
it.
this point talked
I
about
don't
that they're gonna pull up on us like at the end of the year.
fucking Georgia got undefeated. Watch.
Yeah, number
I don't.
five. Yeah, I did it. I did it. USF number
I
five.
fucking knew it. I fucking knew
I mean,
it.
they're the only team that had two ranked wins.
I
Granted,
don't
one
hate it.
by the ass.
I don't really hate it that much. And I mean, they won on the road too. Granted, I think Florida gave them the game, but it was pretty damn close. 15-9, they was up on them with a safety, and they let Florida come back, and then they went down the field, 87 yards the last 2 minutes, got the field goal with the penalty. I think there might have been two penalties on this fucking drive. What is this? What the fuck is this? This is weird. Is it the whole drive? Okay. Yeah, back-to-back penalties, 13 yards for pass interference, and then that's spit in the face, and they just ran down the field. So yeah, back-to-back penalties. They give them 28 yards at the. They started at the 11. Like you okay, they got to go the entire fucking field in 2.5 minutes without the best offense on the road in the swamp. The crowd should have been wild, And then yeah, just back-to-back penalties really just takes the wind out of your sails, and the fans are like, "What the fuck?" After that, they're already on the 24. Well, plus that penalty, so they're on the 39, and then a big pass puts them up to the Florida 32. At that point, they're already in field goal range. It's over with a good kicker. So it's like, boom,
Yeah.
game's over.
So
Um,
I mean, like the way I'm looking at, like the reason I'm so high on South Florida right now is like they beat the shit out of Boise State,
yeah, they did.
who was supposed to be pretty good, and then they squeak one out against Florida, who was supposed to be significantly better than them. So I'm like, okay, if you're beating teams that are like pretty highly ranked, and then you're whooping teams that are like, a little bit lower on the ranking side, like you're playing just as good as anybody else in the country. They really are. I don't see why they're
Yo,
not one
if
of
they
those
beat Miami
teams.
this week, they should be ranked number one. On the
There's no
road,
way.
back-to-back
How
road
could you
games.
not? Like they should be number one if you beat three ranked teams in a row.
And if they beat Miami, like I'm not saying they do, but if I mean, I wouldn't put anything past this team. This team's fucking sneaky good, and they have been for a while. I think North Texas is decent. Navy's annoying as shit. Memphis is decent most of the time. Like they could win out and be undefeated. Like they'll be top five.
Yeah, I would say if they squeak out against Miami this weekend, even if it's a loss, like even if it's like a close loss, I could see them easily being the group of five team in the playoffs.
Imagine they get rematched Miami in the playoffs. That'd be cool.
That'd be really cool. Yeah,
No, this is
I'm high on USF right now. They're kind of my like underdog team that I think I'm gonna root for this year.
they're a cool team. I like the quarterback. He's good. I don't remember his name, but Byron Jones or some shit.
Something like that. Yeah,
I think it's Byron something. Um, I got Miami at 5.
that's fair.
Got the Hurricanes at 5. They did what they needed to do. Cook Bethune. I think Carson Beck set a Miami record for what most completions consecutive. He only missed 2 passes the entire game. That I
No,
don't even know if he played.
that is actually crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if he played the whole game or not. But yeah, that's super impressive. Two against any team, 2 incompletions is that's really good. 2 touchdowns. He didn't run for anything. I mean, that's awesome. Good for them. I hate to see it, but
Yeah,
I really don't want to play this team. Miami scares me.
yeah.
It's
When you're
just
playing kind of just a random team like that, there's not a lot more we can add to it. But they're playing South Florida this weekend, and that's probably like
we should
I
put a
don't
game day
know.
here.
That's where they should have done game day. I don't know where game day is this week. I think it's Tennessee, Georgia,
Yeah, it is.
if I remember correctly. But that's like a contender. Like that's like a really good Florida matchup between
That's
two
a
Florida schools. Florida is up right now. Florida, well,
yeah. The
not
whole
Florida, but
the state as a whole.
Florida State, Miami, and and USF
USF.
are
Yeah, we're
everybody but
cooking.
the Gators. Number
Well,
4, I moved LSU down because they had that good win against Clemson, but Clemson did not look good against Troy.
no, they
So
almost lost.
I'm wondering like if Clemson's actually that good, and then LSU didn't play amazing against Louisiana Tech. Um, I mean
Yeah,
it's
I
a good
mean,
win,
you would just
but
expect the scoreline to be higher. I didn't watch this gun. I mean, I don't know why you would unless you're a fan of either of these 2 teams.
yeah.
Or you have the time to just sit around and watch fucking game tape all day on Heisman contenders. But the completion percentage is bad. You gotta pick. I mean, he's got 237. I think he might have ran for a touchdown. I don't think so, but no, he didn't. He threw a touchdown to Nick Anderson though.
Yeah, I did see that. They showed that on the game break.
But yeah, this team sucks. They should have ran the score up on him. Not really sure what was going on. That's kind of Nussmeier though. He's a gunslinger. He just lets that shit fly. Sometimes it works for him, and then sometimes he has a game like this.
Yeah, I'm not really tripping about his completion percentage because,
I don't like it. I don't
he
like it.
could he's capable of doing better, and I think he'll be able to correct that. He's a veteran
Yeah, but I
quarterback.
mean, you take this compared up to Carson Beck, like that's what you would expect from like a
I
Heisman
mean
contender.
against a team like this,
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
definitely.
It's Louisiana Tech's probably better than Bethune, honestly.
Oh, they're way better because
If I just had to guess,
Louisiana Tech's FBS. They're
so
like a group. They're like a group of five teams, so they're not bad, but LSU still should have probably beat them, something closer to like 42-6 or something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I just wanted to see more. I mean, they play Florida this week, so if Florida beats them, then either LSU is not as good as we thought, which means Clemson's not that good because Florida's bad. So it's like, kind of we're dominoing down that
We're about to get
cascade.
down that rabbit hole that we get into. Is this team really good or is this
If
team really
Florida wins
good?
this game, like it kind of shakes a lot of stuff up, and
If Florida wins that game, geez, that opens up so many questions, especially, well, I mean, we'll know for sure if USF beats Miami, we'll know what really happened. Because if
yeah,
USF beats Miami, then Florida might not actually be that bad. It might just be USF's that good. But I
then
don't,
LS,
I don't know. Like
yeah,
I don't see it
yeah,
happen.
it's a lot of dominoes about to fall over.
But I'm
Um,
rooting for that kind of chaos.
hey, I'm rooting for USF, 100%. Good for them. I like it. Who did I have? What we did?
Four, I think
Uh,
is where we're at.
I got Florida State at 4.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a
I
where's
just
some
like probably
thing
could
where
have moved.
I got one like I got them like right above. I got them at three.
I could have moved them up to 3 probably, but because I got LSU at 3. So I guess I mean you could switch LSU and Florida State. I do think we look like the better team overall. We played fucking East Texas A&M, beat the dog piss out of them. We're touching on that on Team Talk, but domination. Um,
Yeah, I mean 77 points. Don't want to get too much into it because we'll have another episode where we touch on both Florida State and Oklahoma. But they looked they looked the way you're supposed to, and you're playing a smaller school like that. That's why I have them at number three. So I guess what's your number three since we're
LSU.
LSU. So we kind of touched on them as well. LSU still, I mean, like that Clemson win could be good.
That,
I'm
that's
just
that's the only
I'm
reason I have them. I
confused.
think they got the better win, but I mean Clemson, they might fucking just suck. So we'll see. For now, I
Yeah,
think they have the better win.
that's why I went with Florida State because I mean, like at least like Alabama came back and just I mean they were playing nobody, but they whooped them. They scored 70 points themselves. So I'm starting to
Yeah,
think like, okay, maybe Bama's like
not as bad
decent
as we
at
thought.
least, like maybe not as bad as we thought. So maybe that is a quality win for Florida State. Number two, we've already talked about them as well. I went with Miami. Notre Dame to me is like one of the higher quality
Wait
wins,
a
probably
minute.
second. Because you went with Miami at like five, didn't you?
You got Miami too?
Yeah, I got Miami at two. Yeah.
So you dropped Penn State or Ohio State from the top 6?
They're not even in my top six because of my resume, like strict resume thing.
Hey,
That's why. That's
yo.
why. That's why I said
Okay.
that at the
I was
beginning.
like, wait a minute. I don't wait a minute. That's crazy work.
No, Ohio State's still in. Ohio State's
Oh,
still in it,
yeah,
bro.
you dropped Penn State. Okay. I was like,
Yeah, and
God.
and that's why I said like, yeah, I think Penn State's probably one of the best teams in the country because I'm just being very strict on resume. Like obviously, like as the weeks go on, Penn
Hmm.
State will probably be like number one for me if they keep winning.
I got Penn State at 2. I swapped finally.
Yeah, I mean, I think Penn State's like on paper to me, they're the best team in the country. They didn't really play nobody really.
I mean, they only scored
But did what
34
they did
on.
what they're supposed to do.
I don't know. It's always the fucking offense with this team. Like you should be killing these teams. 34, yeah, I guess it's considered killing them. You gotta shut up. But like
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just like I want to see more. I want to see just a fucking foot on the gas. Uh,
Drew
yeah.
Allen, man, I wish he would have like. That's what I'm not getting that like because like I wanted to put him on like my Heisman list, which we'll get to in a minute, but I'm like he's not doing the stats yet, and he needs
He
to
he
for
never
them to for
does.
them to have a chance.
This fucking team pisses me off. I would just be mad if I'm a Penn State fan. I would just be mad. I want to see more. Like there should be like 50 at least. Your quarterback barely hit 200.
Especially when
Hit
like this is probably the best team they've ever had.
Yeah, your best receiver has 61 yards. Like what the fuck? I say it all the time. They never have a good receiver. Like I don't know if this dude's just he might be good, but like it's
I'm
either
trying
a
to think
quarter
of like the last time they had a good one. I can't really think off the top of my head.
fucking probably never.
Yeah, I don't think they have. They
Penn
usually
State
have
make
decent running backs.
Penn State makes me
Um,
mad. Probably similar outcome against Villanova. Probably closer to the Nevada scoreline if
that
Villanova
that
scores.
Oregon game is gonna be fucking good though. That's a great
I think
matchup.
Oregon. I think Oregon beats them. Honestly, I don't think it's close. Gonna be close.
Oregon has more like I will say Oregon's playing with like very high confidence right now that I don't see Penn State playing with.
Yeah, I
Especially since
didn't.
Penn State is like I'm not saying like Oklahoma State's like an amazing school, but that's like kind of a school with a name that Oregon just completely dismantled. And Penn
Yeah.
State doesn't have anybody with a name until Oregon.
I don't know if maybe Penn State's just not opening it up until they hit Oregon or
They might be,
falling back a little
saving their
bit.
playbook, which is
Maybe, but I
smart,
mean
which is smart.
that's 3 fucking weeks you gotta go holding back on offense. Like I don't know. It just
You
doesn't
kind of
look
want to get in rhythm. I see what you're saying, yeah, because
it
you kind of
doesn't
want to
look
like
it doesn't look
have
right
something.
to me. Like I thought Penn State was gonna be just dominant this year. I thought they were the best team in the country coming in. They still might be. I think they might have the best roster. Uh I I just don't trust in their coach.
That
And
Jim Knowles defense is like I'm like they're gonna be unstoppable. Like on defense, you're not gonna be able to score.
they should be. They should be. Maybe they just don't have the personnel. We don't know. We haven't really seen him play anybody yet. So Oregon will answer questions for both of these two teams. But based off what I'm seeing, I just don't think they can beat Oregon. I-
Yeah, I mean,
Oregon, because Oregon
what's
has
good
a good
in
defense nowadays. Like this
yeah
isn't the
they
Pac-12
do.
Oregon anymore. Like they have invested into the defense in the last
Yeah,
couple of
and Dan
years,
Lanning's a defensive guy.
and
He
their
was the
offense
defensive coordinator.
really doesn't miss a step from year to year. Which is very annoying. So Oregon's just a terrible team to play against if you have like a deficiency on one side of the ball because they're gonna find it and you're gonna be struggling somewhere. And I think it's gonna be the Penn State offense. If they can't run the ball, like they're cooked. Like they're cooked.
Yeah,
I just don't think it's gonna be close. Really, unfortunately,
A-
Penn State's fallen off for me.
and it's gonna be it's
Hopefully, I'm
in Penn
wrong.
State. It's gonna be at Penn State, which is kind of works in their favor. Number one, obviously I went with Ohio State. They had the big win against
hmm
Texas. They had a good little comeback game. Jeremiah Smith played really good once again. Granted, they're playing
This
Grand
is what
Blanc.
you want to see. This is it. This should be what all the big teams are doing. Your shitty teams you're playing, you should be just smacking them. They
Exactly.
should be scoring under 10 points on you, and you should be running
And
the score
Saint
up.
only missed one pass.
Yeah, and he's just not even throwing the ball that much. Like he had a similar like passing completion or passing attempts against Texas. Like he don't have to do much. Um, Jeremiah Smith 119 on 5 receptions. It's
Very
great.
efficient.
Looks like they ran the ball pretty well, and they gave up no points. So the defense stood up. This is what you want to see. This is what Penn State's not doing. That's what Oregon just did.
I mean, I think it's just what makes Ohio State so great year in and year out is that they're
Yeah, it's what Texas didn't. I mean, they won. I think they scored like 38 points. Against San Jose State. I was expecting that one to be a bigger score line. I think McCarthy just threw a pick six. Um, yeah, some of these big teams just aren't really showing what you want to see from them against the small schools. And I don't know, raises some questions for me personally.
yeah. I mean, there's some question marks out there. Um, I guess we could jump into our Heisman top five, and then we could kind of circle back and look at the bottom of the top 25 and get into those teams because I think we're starting to see some underdogs, dark horses starting to emerge out the woodwork a little bit.
Yeah,
Um, going into Heisman top five. Let's see what.
I didn't put mine in order, so I just kind of I added one and I dropped one down. So I got like I guess I got a six, but I
Mine's
couldn't
been like a different list, I swear, every time.
I couldn't really drop Nussmeier out, but I added somebody else. So I guess I got
Okay.
six. But
Okay, that's fair enough.
I didn't really put them in order, so
Who do you okay, I see where you're going with for number six. I consider putting him on there.
this dude is fucking cooking, man. He's rocking and rolling. 201 and then 258. He ain't really running the ball. I don't think he even played the whole. He didn't play the whole game. They took him out pretty early because I was watching in the fourth quarter and he wasn't playing. Let's see. Okay, he played into halftime. Yeah, he wasn't. He didn't play after halftime, so he got all his stats before half. That's what you like to see from your offensive players against smaller teams. Run up the score, set them a half. So 258. for that game.
Yeah, I mean they're not really playing anybody yet, so I'm curious to
No.
see how he looks against somebody, but he looks like just another one of those Texas Tech quarterbacks that throws like
Yeah.
50 touchdowns or whatever they throw, 4,500 yards. He
What's
hasn't
the
thrown an
next?
interception yet, which is
What's
really
the big
impressive.
test coming up? Or Utah on the road. That'll be it. That'll be really. I mean, Oregon State's not terrible, but they're not great. So I'm assuming they're gonna cook them. Yeah, that Utah game will be a big question mark. If they win that game, and then you got Kansas, Arizona State, they look beatable. The rest of that schedule sucks. Texas Tech might go undefeated.
Yeah, if they get past Utah and then Kansas might give them a little bit of problems.
This
Same with
schedule is
Arizona
terrible.
State, but besides that, they got a pretty easy path to the playoff if they could take advantage of that, $20 million roster or whatever they spent to get all those guys. One
Schedule's
guy I
terrible.
considered to put on the list was for also from Texas Tech, Reggie Virgil. He has like already has like 3 or 4 touchdowns, but he doesn't have the yardage yet, so I can't justify like putting him on. But if he could get
Yeah, I
his
mean,
up, he's a hell of a target.
what if you just keep racking the touchdowns? I mean, I don't know what the record is. Receiver, right?
Yeah, if you eclipse like 20 receiving touchdowns, you got
I
to be in
mean,
the conversation.
yeah. And I mean, he's got the yards will come eventually. So, but yeah, I like this kid. He's a gunslinger. That offense is volatile too. Who you got?
So I didn't do six. I just did five. Jeremiah Smith makes a return to my
Yeah.
list because he got a couple touchdowns. He made up for his there's so many Smiths. Like it's not, that's
How the
funny.
fuck are you supposed to do his name? I think it's with a Y. Oh, I
I
put
can't even
Jeremiah, I think. Jera. Yeah, there it is.
Jeremiah
I think
Smith,
I
there
just
he
forgot
is.
the E.
Yeah, he basically made up for his like kind of poor performance in week one and just kind of
Yeah.
made up for a missing touchdown and really efficient like we just said previously.
I feel like
Uh,
he just needs to do this every week to have a chance. And if he
and I think he will, because Texas has a very good defense, and I think they just shut him down, probably doubled him quite a bit, tried to force the ball into other people's hands. He's easily
I mean, he's gonna go first round. Like he's so talented, but
it's just another guy from wide receiver U, just another phenom.
yeah, he it just could be lack of quarterback. Like maybe saying just
Yeah.
not there yet to really boost Smith to where he could be. Unfortunately for him, but I mean, if he can come out of college this year, he will. More than likely, I wouldn't stay another year. I think he can come out this year.
I don't know if he's a red shirt or if he's a red shirt, he can. If he's a
It's
true
just what
sophomore,
fucking
he
tell you.
yeah,
Uh,
it's so stupid that they don't have that. Um, well, I guess he's a true sophomore. So he has to come
Well,
back
maybe
another
not.
year.
Well, that's unfortunate.
So they probably would probably not even give it to him even if he had a good year just because he's coming back another year.
I mean, yeah, I think if he's like, not running away with it, and it's like in a conversation with somebody else, that he probably won't get it, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
yeah, he just got to
Um,
keep. He has to keep going with games like this. I mean, the limited receptions and the big yards and the touchdowns looks fantastic.
who'd
Jesus
you
Christ,
go with
JJ
that
McCarthy is
number
getting
five?
killed.
Damn.
Getting killed. Like I said, mine's not in order.
Oh, yours is not in order. Okay, well,
No.
Castellanos is my number two, I believe. Yeah, he's number
Oh
two
yeah,
for me.
I
Yeah, he's
forgot. He's on fire, man. He didn't even play into the halftime. He only played half the second quarter. Um, 11 attempts for 237, 8 completions, 3 touchdowns. He didn't rush a lot this game. 4 for 7. He ain't trying to get hurt. Offensive line held up pretty well. He didn't get sacked at all. 95.4 QBR. He's 82 long. And he was just cooking. That man,
yeah,
when
and
he's dialed in.
this game really kind of showcased his arm. Like he had those long bombs really early on in the game. We got to see like okay, this man when he has time in the pocket, he
Yeah,
could throw. He could throw and he could throw pretty good. And then, he's mobile and can make plays too as well. So I think as long as Florida State keeps winning and he
yep.
keeps doing just
What
balancing the run and
this?
pass, just like do a little bit of both. He's gonna stay in that
Yeah.
conversation the whole year.
He's got to keep the touchdowns going on both sides and the yards. If he,
Yeah,
I mean, this game, like, I mean, 152 is not the best. He did have a
but
touchdown
you
on
know
the
he gets an
rush,
additional 78 rushing yards.
and it was against Alabama. So, I mean, I feel like that doesn't really really, Jesus Christ. I think they sacked him again. I think that's 5 sacks and still first half.
Damn.
Yeah, he's getting murdered. But yeah, I like what I'm seeing. Loving it. 7 to QBR. We gotta get the touchdowns up, man. We gotta get them up. Keep this low.
Yeah, you would like to see the passing yards get a little bit higher as the season goes on,
But I
but
mean, if we're doing this every game, he's not gonna play the second half. This is like the year when we won the championship and Winston won the Heisman. Like he didn't play the second half like most of the season.
yeah, and I mean also that first game was against Bama, so like it's his
Yeah.
stats weren't like you're not going to throw like 400 yards against Bama. So I mean, you could cut him some slack there, and it's that win. It works out in his favor. Like so,
I think so.
we'll just see as it goes along. But right now, he's my number two. I
I'd
have
probably
a
put him I'd probably put him at 3.
yeah. There's a range like where I was like, yeah, I could put him at like four. I could put him at three. I
Yeah.
could put him at two. But I mean, he's got that signature win under his belt, and stats. He's not making any mistakes, and he's getting it done on both sides. I went with Dante Moore as my number four.
Okay, I like
Um,
it.
Nothing crazy from him yet. They're not really playing anybody, but so far he's just doing everything he needs to do. Not playing like you just said, like with Castellanos, like not playing the second half. I don't think he's played the second half yet.
I mean, over 200 yards both games. Almost the same percentage like both
Consistency,
games. Yeah, it's
yeah.
so consistent. 3 touchdowns, no sacks, solid QBR. He ain't really running the ball too much.
No interceptions. I mean,
Yeah,
keep
he's
doing
definitely,
that.
and he's on a big school too, so that definitely helps. And he's on a really pretty good high powered offense. They they pick up like so many big plays, like lots of yardage on a couple plays, and you're like, I think they scored on their
The
first like 2 plays or whatever.
Yeah, it was their very first like I think it was like two out of their first three plays were long touchdowns.
Like
And then
I
they
don't,
they just and then what's crazy is they just go for two like almost every time.
yeah. So they ran one play, and this dude took it 59 yards to the house, and then he threw one pass for 65 yards. So it's like you're already up 14-0, and it's 2 minutes into the game, minute and a half. Like what the fuck? It's that's Oregon for you. They do shit like that. It's
They
annoying.
move fast.
If you're not ready for it, you'll be behind in a quickness.
Yeah, I don't have a ton of stuff to say about Dante Moore yet. They haven't played anybody, but just he looks
Looks good
good.
so
Like
far.
I test stats are all right, looks good.
Hell yeah. Got old Carson Beck on the list. I don't really know where I'd put him, but he's probably top 3. He got the
He's
big
up
win
there. I
against
mean, I don't have
big.
him on my list yet, but he's in consideration. There's a
They
lot
got
of
the big
players.
win against Clemson. Um, Throwing for good yards. Got 4 passing touchdowns. So he's what 2 behind Dante Moore. Got a bigger win. I think the yard. I think he's a little under on yards. Might have been around the same.
Yeah, I mean, he's that completion percentage, and he's got the big win, and then with this completion percentage
I don't know. I keep saying
against this
Clemson.
random
They fucking
school.
played Notre Dame.
Yeah, yeah, it's LSU that
I don't know.
played
I keep
Clemson.
thinking Miami played Clemson.
I didn't even question
Um,
it really.
See, you fucking
But
making me look dumb.
yeah, no, it's crazy. And they gotta if he has a good game against USF, that's a very good defense. That's like a I don't know. It's probably not gonna be like a Heisman moment because they're not like they're favored, but like to me in
I
my
wonder what
eyes
the
that's a convincing game.
wonder what the spread on like how much are they favored? 17 and a half.
That's too high. I'm taking the under on that
I
shit.
almost want to take USF to cover
Or
that.
yeah, the USF spread
Yeah.
because I think it's gonna be a lot closer. I think like USF could win. Like I don't think they will, but I think they
I
could.
think they have a chance, yeah, for sure. I don't know why this is on the CW network. Why is this not on a bigger channel?
Well, I think they just lucked out. I think something else got bumped up in priority. I can't remember what it was. And the CW is like, well, we got like an amazing game. I haven't watched the game on the CW, but I heard it's awful.
I watched one this past weekend. I don't remember which game it was. Um, what was it? It was actually not bad. I didn't mind it. Didn't mind it. I can't remember
Hell
what it
yeah.
was. I'd have to go back and look at the schedule. I watched like a bit of everything. I mostly watched like the Florida State game on that first slate, and
Yeah.
then when like on timeout I'd flip to another game. It was just kind of like doing that, and then because I watched like the entire game, Florida State game, other than like the last half of the fourth quarter. By that time I think our fourth string was in. Um, but yeah, I was all over the place, so didn't watch.
I caught a lot of random ass games that like
Yeah,
I don't even know I was watching. I watched Iowa State Iowa. I got a little bit of that.
yeah, the game was
After
terrible.
like once like Florida State went up like 21 nothing, I was like, all right, they got it.
Iowa fucking sucks. Oh my God. Same fucking story every year.
Well, when it came up on the screen, I was like, damn, this is the same game every
It
single year.
is.
Like
No
every
fucking
single year.
offense. They run it three times and then punt.
It might as well
Hopefully
be Army and Navy, honestly.
they might as well just transition to the triple option. They'd be better off.
Yeah, no.
That team pisses me off too. Um, who you got?
Number three, I went with Nussmeier. He's kind of like he's teetering to where like I want to drop him, but
Yeah,
he's still got pretty good yardage, has a pretty good win.
he's only got two passing touchdowns, which ain't great. That's what I'm
The
saying. Like
interception is like, yeah, he's like, ugh.
they needed to fucking run it up on him on them. It's just he's got the yards. Um, if he can start racking up the tutties, if not, I think he's gonna fall off. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, and they're playing Florida next, so that's like if he could have a good game against Florida, but like if he struggles, even if LSU wins,
I think
like
he falls off.
I'm not gonna have him on my list anymore because he's just not like looking the part.
He's gonna start falling behind in the touchdown category when you got other teams throwing three touchdowns a game with over 200 yards, pushing 300. Some quarterbacks got rushing yards and rushing touchdowns to add to it. Um, if he cared about the Heisman, it doesn't look like it because he's falling behind.
Yeah, I mean,
But
36th in QBR is not very good either.
that's what I'm
Really, like
saying, man. He's fucking so
he should
like,
be like top five or like top 10.
dude, so inconsistent with the ball.
So I mean, he's really just holding on this week on my list just off of like his name, basically.
Yeah, barely.
Uh,
Um, was that your pick or mine?
I think you're on your number two, and I'm on my number one.
I kept
Or actually,
Selleck from him.
you're out of order. Yeah, so he was another one I left off, but like
He's not.
maybe
He's not the best game either. It's the same thing, you know. He only threw for 128. It looks like he probably didn't play the whole game. QBR is fucking terrible, and he didn't rush a lot. So I don't know. These types of games will really kill your Heisman campaign. You're just gonna fall too far behind. That QBRs are fucking
yeah,
atrocious.
82nd in the country, and it's just kind of disappointing because I'm expecting him to have like he runs
Yeah,
like a 4.2 probably. Like he's so fast,
and
he's
he's
so
so big.
athletic, and
I-
he could throw the ball like pretty decent. So I'm hoping he just like turns it around. But
I'm just hanging on to his like athletic ability and like I know he can do it. Um, yeah. This disappointing outing from my man here. This might be the last week he be on here unless they cook Vanderbilt. But shit, Vanderbilt might beat them. So I think Vanderbilt beat the piss out of Virginia Tech.
they did, and they both played Virginia Tech.
What's old Pavia doing?
I think
I
he had
ain't,
like 200 yards or something like that.
let's check out on him. Pavia might be a dark horse here. Got five passing touchdowns.
How many rushing he got?
He's got some
Not,
yards.
but
No
he got a little
touchdowns
bit of
yet.
yards.
I mean,
So that adds like
he,
100 yards to his total if you include
he
the
might be
rushing.
squeaking in there too. I kind of forgot about him. Kind of forgot
80,
about him.
87.3, 10th of the nation in QBR. Got to keep an eye out, especially if they beat South Carolina. That'd be a huge moment for him.
Yeah, I mean, they beat. Virginia Tech at home by 22. That's not the easiest place to play. So, yeah, if they cook South Carolina, probably two games to run up the score, rolling into Alabama, he's probably going to be up there if they beat South Carolina. So, somebody keep an eye on
Yeah,
for sure. I forgot about him.
he's definitely I didn't really think about him like that, but they beat South Carolina. And I think they could beat South Carolina because
I think they can.
they both played Virginia Tech, and Vanderbilt played South Carolina better than or just played Virginia Tech better than South Carolina did.
Yeah.
So it raises like some eyebrows as far as South Carolina goes. That would be a disappointment for South Carolina with all the expectations.
Yeah, they lose this game, their season's over.
Because they got a tough road ahead of them as well.
Season's over.
Um, Number one, I went with my boy Mateer.
Oh, money line Mateer. Yeah, I got him on there too.
I mean, I think everybody's kind of got him on there right now. I think I
Uh,
saw
he has
on three had him as like number one.
he has to
Um,
be on there. The dude's airing the fucking ball out. Threw for 270 on Michigan, solid completion percentage, all things considered. One touchdown, and then he's got three rushing touchdowns. So he's got what, seven total?
seven total touchdowns.
Yeah. Plus
I
the
think he leads the nation or the SEC in passing yards.
got 98 rushing yards. So yeah, I like Mateer a lot. He's pretty generous with his throwing. He kind of just airs it out.
He's a
Sometimes,
gunslinger. Sometimes I think it's gonna cost him a game or two, but
and then his running is a little aggressive for my liking. He took some big hits. Um, some big hits. I was like, ooh. I don't hope he keeps doing that. Because it's eventually not gonna work out for him. He might be able to make the whole season like that. I don't know. Some people do,
he's
but
sacrificing his body a lot though. He's really because he doesn't try to slide. He
mm,
doesn't try to run out of bounds, which I kind of wish he would on certain plays. I'm like, dude, you do not need to truck that guy. Like
yeah.
you're putting your body at risk. But his passing was pretty good. He was a little careless with the ball against Michigan. But I mean he's stacking the yardage up. And
Oh yeah.
if he keeps stacking the yardage up and just keeps getting
I mean, comparing him to his last season stats, he's already got a better completion percentage. So if he can maintain that, he's already. I think anything above 70 is like pretty solid. Um, the yards are on pace, touchdowns are on pace, interceptions. Seven's not bad for the season. I'd be okay with that. I mean, one a game's not terrible, but it's not great.
well, I mean, if
You
you throw one a game, you're looking at like about 12 at the end of the year, which is
That's
pretty
a
bad.
lot. And I mean, they're gonna play like you guys are gonna play some teams that you're probably not gonna throw a pick against. Like hopefully, like you shouldn't throw one on Temple. Shouldn't Kent State. That might be it. So if he keeps his one a game, he might be at 10. And I'm sure he's gonna have a game
Yeah.
where he throws more than one, just on the way he plays. Oops. But yeah, Mateer's he looks the part. He's doing what he needs to do. Got the big win against Michigan. That game should have been way, way different. Should way out of hand. It should be a blowout. We'll touch on that
Yeah.
Oklahoma piece, but not entirely his fault. That one interception did had swing some points their way, so um hopefully he can just take care of the ball just a little bit better.
Yeah, that there's some things, there's still some things left to be desired, but
I
he's
like
an
what I see so far.
early favorite so far with a big win, prime
Yeah,
time, putting up the stats. So we'll see how that
he's
continues
probably he
on.
probably should be number one based off stats. I'd probably go Mateer, Beck, two, Castellanos three. Probably put Morton four or Pavia if you want to switch. I think they're interchangeable, maybe. Or you maybe put both of them four and five. I'm not really seeing a whole lot of running backs really kind of start cooking yet. At least
I
none of
haven't
them really
seen
popped up for
really
me.
I haven't seen any that have really stood out either.
I'm sure there's somebody out there in a Power Five or Power Four school that's doing something nasty. Really hasn't popped up for me yet. Then again, I'm not super invested in a lot of the league to just go diving through stats. I ain't got no time for that. But
Yeah, and I mean, it's still so early that like the real candidates haven't fully emerged yet. Like I
yeah,
wouldn't even say like, in a couple of weeks this top 5 might be completely different. depending on how things
Yeah.
play out.
I
We're
think
that
right.
early.
I think right now we're probably sitting around like 8 to 10 is kind of like what's emerged. Whether or not,
Yeah, I
they
would say right now.
that narrows down or some more people pop up. Injuries do happen. Somebody might fall out.
Yeah, or if like a running back just like rushes for like 6 touchdowns next week, or so he just does something crazy,
Yep. So
which
it's
could
still
always
early, but
happen.
yeah, it's looking like it's like 8 to 10 probably for now.
Yeah. So I guess we can look at the kind of the bottom of the top 25, kind of talk there. We talked last week. We're gonna do like our predictions in a like a separate episode for you guys. So that'll be like a quicker episode for you guys to watch. Um.
Missouri looked good, man.
Oh fuck.
Pribula, man, is good. I told you.
I almost put him in my top five. Like he's looking crazy. Actually, he probably should be
I
in my top five.
told you. Told
Actually,
you.
I'd probably swap
Oh my God,
Jeremiah
yeah,
Smith out
I
for
didn't realize
him.
he threw for 334.
And he rushed like
Nine
for a touchdown or two.
incompletions. I think he did, yeah. No,
Two.
not this game. Oh, he's at two the last game, but five. So he's got seven total touchdowns and then another 671 yards rushing. So he's got more yards. Actually, I think Pavia's got more yards. They got the same amount of touchdowns, I think. So Pribula is
No
definitely up
interceptions
there.
yet.
The dude's a menace, man. Missouri looks nice. I'm excited to see them play somebody better. Because I mean, Kansas was good. They are good. Um, it's not good enough. That dude's Pribula's. He's nice, man. Auburn. Who did they play?
I can't remember, but they beat the shit out of him.
Ball State. Let's see how Jackson Arnold
And
did real
Jackson Arnold looked
quick.
good. He looked very good.
251. He probably ran for I don't know 50 maybe, maybe a touchdown somewhere. That's what you like to see against Ball
They're
State.
looking like a tough matchup.
Yeah, I think it'd be a
They're
good
not
game.
looking like scrubs. Michigan takes the
Michigan's
drop.
they don't look terrible, but they don't look great either.
Their defense, I
Um,
still think is solid, but they got some work to be doing.
Indiana is handling business. Tech handled
Um,
business. Utah
they got a very
handled,
good quarterback. Utah does.
handled
I'm
business.
curious to see how they do. Um,
Alabama bounced back. South Florida, we already talked about the big win. Ole Miss kind of struggled against Kentucky.
they really kind of squeaked that out. I don't really. I'm not feeling great
I
about
thought
Ole
it was
Miss.
gonna. They were like 8.5 point favorites. Did you see Lane Kiffin apologize at like the end of the game? Like that they kicked the field goal at the end of the game and missed, and he was like, "Yeah, for all the bettors out there, sorry, we didn't cover." I thought that was kind of funny. My guy, I love
Nah,
Lane
dude, it's
Kiffin.
funny.
He's hilarious. I mean, this dude, he didn't have a great game.
I don't like lefty quarterbacks usually, and
I mean,
I don't know.
235 on 13 completions is pretty good, but he's taking the Nussmeier out. He's just throwing the motherfucker. Yeah,
Wallace is a good receiver though. I do like him quite a bit, but
they gotta clean that shit up.
don't don't feel confident about Ole Miss yet.
I do not. I think A&M did okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
put
they played. I watched a lot of that game actually.
22 points. That game was they started out pretty slow. I think it was pushing halftime, and I was like seeing the score.
Marcel
I
Reed
was like,
actually got hurt.
is Marcel Reed just bad? And then they started scoring, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess they figured it out. But
Yeah, he got hurt, and then it was funny as hell because they put in this backup, and I guess he was like a pretty highly recruited guy. Anyway, he throws like one completion, and they're like, "That's the Peyton Manning throw right there," and I was like, "Whoa, dude, chill out, man."
relax, relax.
Tennessee's
Tennessee,
whooping ass, honestly.
their
I
offense
like
is
it.
nice. I like it.
Defense still a little bit questionable.
Iowa State struggled against Iowa. I mean, it's a rivalry game. I get it, but Iowa State's offense is, especially against even Kansas State. Like I was
I
like, this
think I
offense
would
is
not.
like a rough.
They
It's a
might
little rough.
suck. This
It
team might
might,
suck.
because Kansas State they're terrible. They're terrible. They're way worse than what I thought. I think anybody thought they just lost to fucking I think Navy.
Army and Army
Army.
just lost to Tarleton State the week
Yeah.
before. So K
So
State
yeah,
sucked.
I think they're bad. I think they're butt.
K
So.
State coach probably put him on a hot seat. I'm not doing a hot seat thing yet, but put that guy on there.
But we'll put them on the back burner for there. But yeah, I don't know. Iowa State might not be what we thought. I don't know. I hope they are, but it's not looking like it. Oklahoma did the thing. Clemson fucking should have lost to Troy. What the fuck did Kate Klubnik do?
He's okay.
Not great.
Wasn't amazing. He's not looked amazing
Troy
so
threw three
far.
interceptions and they still fucking almost won.
That Wesco kid's a great receiver
They
on
was up
Clemson, though.
16-0 almost going into the fourth. 16-3 going into the third quarter.
I just knew they were gonna come back though. I was like, that's not a big
Yeah.
enough lead.
It was like because it was
I
like they
hate it.
were they were up by like 16-0 and I think USF was like up like 15-0 or some shit like that at like the same time and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be nuts." And of course one of them's gonna blow it. Might as well be this team, sure. Might
Honestly,
as
I think
This was
like
at home
not
too.
yeah, not to bitch, but like I feel like OU should be ranked higher than Clemson. Like it just like I don't know why Clemson's higher than us.
I
Like
don't know either.
they sucked against Troy and they lost to LSU. Like what have they done to be
I mean, they
ranked?
dropped them 4 spots, which is yeah, but I think they should be behind Oklahoma for sure. Being behind a one-loss team when you're not, no losses is it just feels
And
wrong.
then you didn't even look good against the shitty team you're supposed to whoop.
They should have lost. The motherfucker threw 3 interceptions. Like, come on, dude. Clutch
It,
up.
I will say Illinois, looking at this, like the teams we didn't really cover, they are looking nice.
Yeah, this game was kind of close at first, and I was like, because I picked Illinois to win, and it was like the parts that I was watching, it was close. Going into half, they was up by one. I didn't watch it in the second half, but I was like, fuck, man, like come on. Please do something. And then they just turned the burners on and cooked them. I mean, Darian Mincer threw for 334. Like I don't know how
No,
he threw for
he went off.
334 and still only scored 19 points. I mean, did they have a bunch of turnovers maybe? Oh, I had five. Oh, okay, there it is. There it is. I knew something was wrong here. That's it. Who fucking fumbled 4 times? Because Mincer got one interception. Where's all the other ones? Hmm.
They even have fumble as like a
Oh, Mental.
there it is.
Motherfucker had 3 turnovers himself. Holy shit, brother. And then they had two other ones. So that's, yeah,
That
five
cost you the
touchdowns.
game right there.
Oof. I mean,
That's
what's
that's one
what's
way to
five
cost
times? What's
you.
5 times? I mean, that's even at three. If they scored just field goals on all those, that's 15 points. If they only scored field goals, which it's looking like they didn't. Touchdown, 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 field goal, touchdown, touchdown. Yeah, they fucked them up. That's your fault, my man. Jesus Christ. I was like, there's something wrong here. You throw for that much and you only score 19? Like, that's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like to look at it on the bright side though, like that's a mistake that probably won't happen like every week. So if he could keep
Maybe.
up that yardage, they
And
could they
he's,
could be a threat in the ACC, a dark horse trap team.
yeah, maybe. He'll be back next year, so they got some stuff to work on. Um, Illinois, yeah, they look great. They'll probably beat down Indiana. I haven't watched any on USC yet, but I think their offense is like top 5 in the country, so
Their offense looks
see.
insane right now.
We'll see how that shakes out. That'd be a really good game. I could see game day being there if there's nothing else that week. Um, but other than Ohio State and USC, if Indiana's not good, schedule's doable. They might have 2 losses going into like the Big Ten championship.
Yeah, I mean, 2 losses in the Big Ten, you
Not bad.
probably get in.
What the fuck Notre Dame do? Didn't play.
Play A&M this upcoming weekend, so that's another big, really big game. This weekend has some big games, uh, which we'll talk about on our predictions
Yeah, Georgia only
episode.
scored 28 points is weird. Very weird.
Georgia's, they're just quiet and they're just like not doing anything flashy, and I don't understand why
I
it
don't
was
like
only
it.
28-6. But also, it's Kirby Smart, and I'm really not worried about him.
2 fumbles still only resulted in 6 points if they scored on those. So, I mean, if they scored 2 touchdowns, they'd only lost by 2 scores. They got Tennessee. I don't know. They might get whooped on by Tennessee. They might get whooped on. Miami plays USF. Oregon plays Northwestern. Blowout. Talked about them already. Yeah. So, and then we got some teams receiving votes. Arizona State, fuck no. BYU, I didn't get to watch any of them, but sure. Georgia Tech, sure. Florida should be getting no votes. I don't know how they're above USC in votes.
I don't know
And
why Mississippi State's not ranked. Like I feel like after this past weekend,
yeah, they had a big
they
win.
looked good.
Yeah.
They looked great. I think Mississippi State's a dark horse in the SEC,
Louisville
honestly.
fucking sucks. They cost me money because they missed a field goal. And then SMU got,
SMU sucks.
yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams
Oh, what the fuck
not
was that, Caleb?
performing.
Pissing me off. I need a passing touchdown. Just one, please. Just one. Anyways, that's it's kind of rough looking at the rankings. Nothing too crazy. There's a little craziness in here, but nothing. It wasn't upset central weekend like last
Yeah,
year. There was some just chaos some of those weekends. Like
there could be some chaos this upcoming weekend, but
it's
yeah,
always like these weekends where you're like, this schedule sucks, and then somebody gets upset, and it's trend continues. So the weekend, like if you're playing on a weekend like that, and it's like you're not playing like a big school, you're like, I'm scared.
yeah, pretty much because you don't know what's coming. You don't know if like, and that's what sucks is like your team. It's always like the team you're rooting for. They'll just take that week off all of a sudden. Like, oh yeah, we played pretty good last week. Let's just play like shit against this most random team we could possibly think of. Next thing you
Yeah,
know, you're
we lost two of our favorites
upset.
already. K-State's gone. Boise State's gone. I mean, we still got Texas Tech, Utah. I like them. Missouri looks fun to watch. South Florida. I mean, I think we like Ole Miss, right? I mean, I kind of like.
I like Lane Kiffin. I don't hate him.
Uh,
I like
Illinois is cool.
Illinois.
Yeah, the rest of the teams get bent. South Carolina's all right. I don't hate them, but they're cool.
Yeah, they're cool. Honestly, like they don't really like ever. They're never really that good, so it's kind of cool to see them like play
Yeah,
decent. But yeah, I guess that's kind of the end of this episode. Like I said, we'll have a separate episode for like predictions, and then you'll catch us on our team talk where we discuss Oklahoma and Florida State. But that'll be it for our general episode of the week. We'll catch y'all next week. Roll Tide.
roll tide.